Please tell us a bit about yourself, including your name, where are you from, and what type of work do you do?
My name is Jim Dahle. I'm an emergency physician from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm obviously down here in Honduras doing some volunteer work.
So tell us about your program, the type of work you participated in. What was your average day like, hours, work assignments?
Sure, we came down for a one-week trip here in Ceiba, Honduras, just to volunteer and to observe and to help in their hospitals, and particularly their emergency department. And so our typical day is probably 7.5 hours of work, 2 hour siesta in the middle, and and then a nice dinner in the evening. We were able to did a lot of observing, but also jumped in where we could to help. Did some procedures, taught what we could to the interns and the docs in their social service year, and just observed how they practice medicine with much more limited resources than we have.
What was the most challenging thing you experienced during the week?
I think the most challenging thing was learning to practice as best medicine as you can with limited resources and trying to save what is there for the patient who needs it the most. For instance, there's one ventilator that works in the hospital, and we had to move it between patients, several of whom needed to be intubated. And so when you could extubate one and put another one on it, that was a good thing, because that person might have been waiting for intubation for a day or two.
What was the most rewarding memory of this trip?
I think the best part was watching my daughter become exposed to not only another culture and a completely different socioeconomic situation than she grew up in, but also to the medical world in general. She's expressed some interest in medicine, and so it's good to give her the opportunity to really get in there and get her hands dirty at what we do in the hospital, taking care of people.
Do you have any suggestions or tips for volunteering in Honduras as a medical volunteer? Any suggestions on donations, supplies, or any travel tips?
Sure, it's good to bring things. It turns out that some things you bring are much more useful than others, but in general, keep it basic. They're short on things like suture and gloves and gauze and bandages and ace wraps and splinting materials, and those sorts of things can make a big difference. But it can also be good to bring technology stuff, even if you are taking it back home with you. For instance, one of the docs brought an ultrasound that must have been used a couple dozen times while it was in the ER. It just wasn't a resource that they had, but obviously it's extremely useful in emergency medicine.
Please give us your testimonial about international volunteering with a broader view.
I think every doc ought to take the opportunity to volunteer internationally at least once in their career. Not only does it help you to see that people not only live, but practice medicine in very different ways than you might, but it also gives you an appreciation for what you enjoy every day. For instance, on Facebook, I had a doc complaining today that there is a shortage of Unison. Well, at least you had some Unison, There are, just a handful of antibiotics available here, and certainly none of the more expensive ones that you may be used to having access to. And so that's probably something to take into account. And if you're feeling burned out, come down here where people really, really need you. And when they come in, they're sick as snot, and they need your help. So it'll give you a chance to remind yourself why you went into medicine in the first place.
Well, thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.